Hello and welcome to my coursework. This is a short video, probably not short, still a video, displaying the functionality of my game, which is SuperMattBros, and it's my coursework. So, getting right into the stuff you actually want to see. Local game finder, which was objective 4 of my coursework. Click here, you can see instantly there is another game, or that there is a server available on the local area network. This is running from my laptop currently. And you can see the information about the server here. You can see its IP address, name, server size, all good stuff. If you click on that, we're joining. I'm player 2, my colour's blue, and as I'm player 2, the game will shortly start. Here we go. So, as you see, blue player here, red player here. Red player is controlled by the server. Blue player is controlled by me. So, let's get into the actual other stuff. Firstly, before I do get into that, I am running client-server model because I just, as shown by the fact I just connected to my laptop from my desktop. So here we are. I'll now attempt to display to you the different types of attacks in the game. Those different types of attack being light attack, small amount of damage as indicated by the number 5, small amount of knockback as indicated by how far he moved, the red player moved, that is, upon being hit. A heavy attack, which are light attacks are usually punches, heavy attacks are usually kicks, to sort of make it visually indicating. See, a heavy attack actually did 30 damage to the player. It's going from 5 to 35. Now a grab, pick him up, throw him over there. Much more knockback. You see the light attack and the heavy attack stayed in this sort of area, while the grab threw him all the way over there, which was actually enough to kill him. Although it was quite fast how quickly he died, so you probably didn't have that much of a chance to notice this. The grab only did 1 damage, showing the sort of different variety and effects between the attacks. Now I'm just going to hop over to my laptop and bring the red player here so we can do some more testing on him. I'm going to show you how, as the player becomes more damaged, the amount of knockback is scaled. So, if we're starting in this position, with the red player here and the blue player here, we punch him a little bit. We're just going to do light attacks to show this so he doesn't go too far. I'll use my mouse to indicate how far the player got to after that punch. If we go on the side, knock him back, and then knock him again. He's actually gone a bit upwards. That's just to do with how he's, because he's going into a slope, obviously, he's going to be caused to go up the slope, which can have some fun effects. There we go. As you see now, he's gone past my cursor, which marked the original distance that he was punched. Try again. Past the cursor again. I don't know if we can get him to go all the way over top. He's getting there. Well, light attacks do very little damage, so the amount of potential knockback is still quite low. Oh, there we go. Knocked him all the way off. So that's showing how, as damage increases, he's knocked back more, which was objective 6 of my coursework. Now on to the double jump, objective 7. You can see that I can jump once on the ground and once in the air, or twice in the air if I fall off a platform. After this, I cannot press jump, or I cannot jump again until I touch the floor, with the exception of the recovery jump, which is shown here. It's an upwards kick. You see it gives me upward velocity, which is exactly equal to that of a normal jump. So that's lovely. Sword. You may have noticed it spawn in earlier while I was still testing other things. We hop over to it and grab it. I now have a sword. That's pretty cool. The sword does more damage and it turns your player grey. Should indicate to other players that you have a sword, because that's quite important. It's quite important because the sword does more damage and more knockback, as is shown by the fact I just finished that player in 1 shot. So eventually, the sword will disappear, because I only get a set amount of time with the sword. And if I were to die while holding the sword, it would disappear as well. you may have been noticing that as the red player has been dying, the number next to his name here has been going down because this number indicates how many lives the player has left. And if I were to now kill the player again, little tap off the edge, not quite enough, not enough of a tap. There we go from him. He's died because, and that is identified by him going outside a boundary, so a rectangle around the outside of the screen. It's not actually the edge of the screen, it's a little bit more to give you some leeway for jumping back. It's also higher on the top of the screen to prevent you accidentally killing yourself, which some testers did. And yeah, so I changed that. And now the game is over, you can see well, the other player ran out of lives. No, that means that that means that they are no longer in the game. See, the actually entire player icon and all that has disappeared from the top right, meaning that there's only the blue player left, which means the blue player is the winner. If you remember back earlier, I was stated to be player 2. Player 2 is the winner. Waiting for the server to restart the game, or press escape to return to the main menu. That's because only the server has the ability to restart the game, so they can sort of make sure everyone's ready and stuff like that. And but any player, if they were to decide to, could leave the game, which would then cause all players to leave the game, as we can only have a game if there are the correct number of players in it. Okay, now I'm going to quickly show you how a 4-player server works, and we're going to actually start the server from this same program. Going out here, what should we call it? For player test, very nice. Starting server, waiting for players. Now it shows some information to the server which they can then give to clients if they wish to connect to the server manually, such as the client's local IP, which isn't necessarily needed because if it's on the local area network, you can use the game coordinator or the public IP. Although the public IP cannot be used unless the server has set up port forwarding, which is something that my program cannot influence due to that it's to do with the settings on the network itself. Now, I'm just going to go onto my laptop and get a couple clients running to join the game. I am connecting to all of these using the local game finder because that's just quicker, purely. All players connected, game starting soon. Perfect. Here we are. So now I've started the server and it has been joined by all my friends, which are just me. This displays the fact that I can run the client, which I used to join to a server on my laptop a minute ago. Now I'm running a server from the same program, which is great and fulfilled the 5th objective of my coursework. Also, if you notice, I am controlling this red player. This is me on the desktop. And that means that the server is indeed one of the players in the game, which sounds absurd when I say it, but it's not always true. For client server setups, you could have a sort of standalone server which everyone connects to, which I chose not to do. Yeah, and the fact that the server is one of the players in the game is the 2nd objective of my coursework. Now, almost at the end, we do actually have to cause lots of people to die. Okay, so I just entered that game off camera to sort of speed this video up a little bit. Now you see a different text because I'm running as the server. And because I am the server, I can choose to play the game again, which I'll not do because we need to show the local play option, which is objective 3. Press escape and local play. Instantly into a game because I'm not waiting for anyone to connect or connecting to anyone. These 2 players you see before you can be controlled from the same computer. Yay! This clip is taken from session 4 of the end users testing, showing them playing on a 4-player server. So start 4-player server with an appropriate name, por favor.
Okay, the server is. Oh, what the fuck? The local IP isn't working. That's lots of fun. Refresh search. 128.1.128. 10.1.128. Mars, can you go on the Mars? Can you get on local game coordinator for a second?
What is it?
The man. Go. Miles, get on the local game coordinator.
Miles!
Start local game finder.
Start.
Refresh search.
Oh, 10.1.128.86. Connect to server. Wow, it's so good. Miles, connect. And now.
Control. Oh, yeah.
Cool.
And on that note, thank you for watching this video. I hope you've got a clear idea of the functionality of my coursework. Goodbye.